He has the 125, ended up a forfeiture for the Bears. So Doug Shipers will wrestle for the Brown Bears, taking on Luke Passarelli of Davidson. An interesting story. The Bears only had a couple guys on the roster at 133. Both of them are off campus for different reasons this semester. And as a result, they started looking around campus for somebody that could wrestle 133 that had some experience. And Shipers was one of them. He's from rural Missouri, and he's going to fall victim to a takedown, and then quickly gets an escape. You know, he was not recruited to wrestle at this level, but figured, you know what, I can contribute to a team, get the experience, continue to improve, and, you know, just by getting on the mat, he gets the Bears points, provided he doesn't get pinned.
Yeah, really cool Cinderella story, and excited to see where it takes him for sure.
You know, Passarelli, who has moved up a weight class, he was at 125 a year ago for Davidson. Shipers fights away. He has control almost. And he's got a takedown. And does that bring a roar from the Brown Bears bench? That is just awesome, wasn't it?
That's awesome.
Is that college sport, or is that what we were all here for, or what?
Yep.
An escape point for Passarelli. So it brings up the question, though, Nick. You know, there's a lot in this sport that comes from talent, from speed, strength. But let's not underestimate heart. And I think that is something that is perhaps, I don't want to say take it for granted in this sport, but there is an awful lot of heart that comes from the minds and discipline of the men that compete at this level, regardless of the program.
Yeah. It's something that's really special about this sport, and I think a lot of people kind of gravitate towards it when they start wrestling. They can feel it. It takes a lot to just go out there.
Bears are in control for the match, 21-0 here at 133. Passarelli trying to turn Shipers, who did get a takedown and an escape. He's got to avoid back points here. And he's going to get, that's be a 4-point near fall for Passarelli. He was able to turn him onto that back. Still got that leg locked, and that is so hard to break, regardless of who you are as a wrestler on the mat. 20 seconds as we head to short time here at period 1. 7-point lead in 133 for Passarelli. Shipers adjusting his headgear. Again, a few weeks ago, he was just another student on campus, and now he's, you know, wrestling a guy who is expected to compete at a high level of the Southern Conference. The choice belongs to Shipers. He chooses to defer. Davidson's going to choose bottom. Not a surprise. Try and get the quick escape point, get another takedown, and work towards a potential major decision. And he actually might have gotten a reversal. If he gets hooked, he's a reversal. Now it's just an escape. The Davidson coaching staff wanting Passarelli to get back on top. They call that his office. That's where he does his best work, I assume.
Yeah, we saw it earlier with that bar tilt.
Yeah, I got him those back points. That is, it's now extended it to an 8-point lead. So certainly in major decision territory, and he's in trouble. Shipers is in trouble. There's the pin. So it was a good second period for Passarelli. A takedown for Shipers. You know, Jordan Lean's going to go talk to him. Proud of him, I think. That was not a bad match. He made maybe one mistake Passarelli took advantage of.
Yep.
And that's going to bring us to halftime here in Providence. The Brown Bears midway through, leading this one 21-6, following the victory of Luke Passarelli of Davidson at 133. So we're halfway home, 41-49, 57, 65, and 74. Still to go. The Bears getting wins from that man, Sandoval, at 184 to get us started. A solid victory for Andrew Reel. That takedown, bringing the Brown Bears to their feet from 133 and Douglas Shipers. We're going to step aside with